Here's my promise to you. By the end of this video, you'll get the exact step-by-step guide to getting your study permit and moving to Canada. It worked for many of our clients like David from China, who got his study permit in less than a month. He invested money in our legal service, but you're getting all of this for free. Many people in their 30s or 40s believe that their ways to Canada are permanently closed, that it's impossible for them to move here at that old age. However, at my immigration firm, we prove the opposite with our clients who move to Canada being mature students. Why? Because it remains the government's priority to attract international students as they contribute financially, they bring money, and they contribute with their talent to grow this country. Therefore, student immigration, even at a mature age, remains the most reliable pathway to get PR in Canada and move here with your family. Subscribe to this channel, like the video, and let's go. The first step in student immigration is to determine what motivates you. David is also a content creator just like myself. He's awesome, but what really made him think to move to Canada was what happened to his father. If you're looking for an easy life or a way to get rich quick, Canada's not going to be a good place for you. You need to understand it. And now that you're aware of this, and you're ready to move forward, and now that you know what motivates you, we can get into the technical stuff. The second step would be to determine what and where to study. And this is not as simple as you think, because often refusals happen because of inconsistent career progression. What this means is when you take something in Canada that's completely unrelated to your background, professional and educational. For example, you worked as a software engineer in your home country, you studied that, and now you want to study baking in Canada. This doesn't make sense to a visa officer in terms of your return on investment.
I choose to work with you because you actually help me to figure out a pathway to Canada. You help me to figure out like which major and which school, that means like which province I'm going to apply for. We were discussing about like whether I should apply for a major in like video production, or I just apply for my like a second option would be agriculture.
Now the question is where to study, college or university. This doesn't really matter, it's up to you. You can do a master's at a university or a postgrad diploma at a college. But what really matters is that your school is a designated learning institution, meaning that it makes you eligible to apply for a study permit and then apply for a postgrad work permit when you graduate. Where you study in Canada is crucial to your permanent residency application in the future. I've had dozens of meetings with clients from Ontario who unfortunately could not get PR in that province because it's so competitive and difficult, especially for mature students. Therefore, the province where you study will determine your success rate when you apply for PR in the future, not just yours, but your entire family. We're moving next to school application. If you're wondering about timing, think about my golden rule, which is apply 10 months before your intake starts. But good thing Canada has 3 intakes, or at least most schools do. There are September, January, and May intakes. And if you missed one of them, you can always apply for the next one. For example, you wanted to apply for September, you're late, you can make up for that with your January intake, or if you need to defer. In terms of submitting actual applications, I personally like using ApplyBoard because it's a database of most Canadian schools and you can do it all at once. I'll drop a link in the description below. If you're wondering about what documents you'll need, you'll definitely require an English exam like IELTS, and your average should be at least 6. Then you'll need your school diplomas and one tricky document.
After that, like I've been through like finding my transcript, college transcript, because I'm pretty old. I graduated almost 20 years ago, so it is not easy to find my transcript. Me and my wife would manage to drop a visit to my school and explain the situation, and got it.
In about 2 to 4 weeks, you should hear back from school, and you should be getting an offer letter if everything goes well. Once you accept the offer, you get what's called a letter of acceptance. This opens doors for the next step. Study permit application. This is the most challenging part of the entire process, as about 40% of students get refused, and sadly most of them are mature student. For you to get approved, one simple thing has to happen. You need to convince the visa officer that your intentions are temporary, meaning that you're not planning to immigrate to Canada after you finish school. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but trust me, it's gonna make sense. The most simple way to do this is to take out a sheet of paper and split it into two halves. On one side, write down professional home ties, and on the other, personal home ties. For example, to prove your financial standing, you can have a job offer letter or a real estate deed. To demonstrate personal ties, you can have a marriage certificate, a volunteer letter, or a medical condition letter showing that you need to be there for your elderly parents, therefore you'd return home. Retirement documents can be quite difficult to get sometimes.
Our parents' information, even like our parents like retirement, the proof of their retirement, like she is able to explain to me why they want it. And we were lucky enough to find it because my mom, she retired, I think 20 years ago. It was very lucky for us to still be able to find her like proof of retirement.
You will also need to prove your financial ability to pay for school, meaning the entire tuition plus $10,000 a year for every single year you'll be in Canada on a study permit. So if it's a 2-year program, usually it adds up to about $50,000 at least, and this goes up if you have family members. What documents can illustrate you have enough money? This can be your, first of all, bank statement of at least 4 months, and on top of it, your tax documents that you can use. But every case is individual. For example, you might have an affidavit of financial sponsorship if you have sponsors paying for your school, like your parents, for example. And again, every case is individual, so feel free to book a meeting in the description below to discuss it personally. Here's the hard truth for you. When my lawyers submit an application, we do everything in our power to build a strong case. But we cannot guarantee an outcome, so it's always a stressful time for us because we want our clients to get approved, obviously. And luckily, David got approved in just under 1 month, in under 4 weeks. We were so happy, celebrating, and yet when we told David over Zoom, he was very happy but calm.
Kind of very calm. Because it is just not like you are at a casino. It's like a win or lose. I've been even like talking with my wife. She asked me like, what if we didn't get a visa? What if we are rejected? I say like, okay, there will always be a plan B or even a plan C.
Getting your Canadian study permit can be a difficult journey, but my friend Rachel likes to say, choose an easy path, have a difficult life. Choose a difficult path, have an easy life. That's just some food for thought for you.
This guy worked at a church, local church in Canada. He said, just come to Canada because God has a plan to what you are going to do, who you are going to meet, and to who you are going to speak with. I don't actually believe in destiny or like a religious thing in the past, but like during this journey, I kind of think like everything have a reason to be there. Everybody have a path.
David is also a content creator, and I'm sure you'll love some of his videos. Definitely check them out. If you get confused at any point of this video, book a meeting in the description below to discuss it one-on-one. And also make sure you watch this video next to learn about most common refusal reasons when it comes to study permit applications.